think I'm live. Can you guys hear me? Let me turn this light down a bit. Can you guys hear me now? And can you see me? I should be live at the moment. My computer finally got connected. Looks like we got 16 in here. 5 thumbs up. Thanks everyone for joining. I see Billy Sutton's here. Drew from Drew's Lens is here. Matt from Matt's 1791 Garage is here. Ace is here. David and Angie from Our Simple Life is here. Connie Lip is here. Our Tony from Our Cabin in the Woods is here. What? I'm not upside down, am I, Drew? Wow, that's good. You had me going for a second. I was like, holy cow, this thing is messed up. And I'll get into why I'm having some issues right now in a few minutes here. Let's see here. Dimensional Horse is here. Our Alaska is here. How are you? Sharon Clark. Hi, how are you? John in Alaska. Dusty Bottom Boys. High Life on the High Line. Curtis Ruby. All kinds of people in here. Well, thanks everyone for joining. It's really appreciated that you're decided to spend your evening with me. And I'm having a little bit of computer issues. I have to use my old junky Dell desk laptop computer that I had for like 15 years. Because about a week and a half ago, I tried to install a BIOS update on my desktop that I normally use, and it crashed my system. And I went back and forth with HP for a while, and the tech support guy was like, sorry, it's out of warranty. You got to pay for us to fix that. I said, no. Talked to the supervisor, basically the same thing. He said, no, I have to pay for it. They're not going to fix it because it's out of warranty. And I'm like, is there someone else I can talk to? And he put me in contact with some engineer, tech support guy or something like that. And first thing he said is basically, hey, I hear our BIOS update crashed your system. I'll send you a box, send it back, and we'll fix it for you free of charge. So that was middle of last week. The box finally showed up late Saturday afternoon. As you know, Sunday or Monday was a holiday. And the engineer actually said, take anything off that you want saved, because we might have to reinstall the operating system. So I had to wait till Tuesday to take my computer down to the local computer guy so he can take the hard drive out, because it's just a little card about, where is it? About that long and about that wide now. And he has the tools to stick it in an external hard drive case and pull the stuff off of it that I wanted. So I had to wait till Tuesday to take it down because he was off work on Monday. And then I picked it up on Wednesday and took it from his place directly over to FedEx, which tonight aired it back to HP. So I'm assuming it probably went out sometime Wednesday night. So they'll probably get it tomorrow and start working on it. Hopefully I can get it back in a week and a half. And that's another reason I haven't posted any videos recently. So let's go back to the chat here real fast. Yeah, Matt, I hear you on that one. He said he tried to replace a fan in an old laptop and barely was able to get it back together to work. I know what you're saying there, Dusty, but these tech support guys were actually, all of them were really awesome, very polite, very as helpful as they can be. I know they're just saying what they're told to say, so they're saying, well, it's out of warranty, so sorry, you got to pay for it. That's just their normal thing. So that's why I kept going up the chain of command until I found someone that could say, okay, we'll pay for it. Hey, Sean Clark, served in the Gulf War. Thank you for service there, Sean. I was in the reserves during the Gulf War, but I didn't go. I volunteered, but never actually made it over there. Hey, James Hall, how are you? Everyone's saying hi to each other. I'm just skipping over that stuff. Hey, Troy Sutton, how are you? AK Dog Mom. I actually thought of you yesterday, I think it was. I was down in my kitchen area and I looked over and I saw the little bottle opener that you guys gave me over Christmas time. So thank you. Hey, Matt AK is here. Hey, Johnny Gillum, how are you tonight? Thanks for joining. I know you often spend it with a 9-acre family farm tonight, but thank you for joining in also. Drew's asking, what's my plans for the excavator? Well, I'm in the process of actually setting up a LLC company, and I already got one job from my neighbor. My neighbor is a contractor, so I got one job lined up doing a little bit of dirt work for him. He's going to be pouring a slab foundation this coming summer. And other than that, I am just going to take on some side jobs, little things, because I do work full time still, but I do plan on taking on some side jobs and trying to get my excavator to actually pay for itself. So that's the plans for my excavator. And tell you what, I'm glad I have it. It moves the snow very easily. I have the blade on it. I can use the blade to push all the snow around. And once the snow piles get too deep and start encroaching, I can use my big 5-foot clean out bucket to move those snow piles back. And the nice thing is that all that really compact snow and ice that arrives from being driven over all the time, that excavator just digs right down through it. So it's really nice that it can do that without any issues. And Drew, you and Lindsay need to come up sometime and check it out. I can put you to work for a little while. Enjoying a little adult beverage. There it is, Omission's Ultimate Golden Ale. It's a gluten-free beer that they actually brew like regular beer and then remove the gluten out of, so it doesn't taste nearly as bad as a lot of the gluten-free beers. Hey, I see JD from South Carolina is here. How are you? Dimensional Horse says, the more equipment you have, the more friends you accumulate. Definitely. And it's nice because you can just pop over to like the neighbors, do a quick job, make a few $100, and then come back over and you're done. Or like in my case, I popped over to my neighbor. It turned into like a 3-day job replacing his water line. Obviously, I wasn't working for the full 3 days. It was a few hours here, a few hours there. But now he's going to give me a butchering pig sometime this summer once it's ready to be butchered. And also I'm getting a breeding pair of pigs from him for free. So didn't charge them any money, but charging them pigs, getting some bacon, making that bacon. Drew's asking, can I get any snow removal work with the excavator? I probably could, but it's not really made for snow removal. It's on the slow end of doing that. If I really wanted to do that, I either need to get a plow for my truck or get a skid steer with a snowblower, or the two pieces of equipment that most people use up here for like snow removal and that type of thing. Yeah, Connie, bartering for the pig. That's right, or for pigs. I can't wait to get them. Definitely going to be on the channel a lot. Once I get them, I got to get everything set up for them. I'm also planning on getting chickens and rabbits this summer. So I got a lot going on, and I got a lot of work to do around the property here. So hopefully I can get it all done. Yeah, James Hall was asking, how would I take a vacation and work? That's the problem. I guess, as the saying goes, there's plenty of time to rest when you're dead. So I'll plan on doing that, and there's a lot of free time in the wintertime. Let me see what else people are saying. Matt's 1791 garage is saying now you've got to build a pen for the piggies. Definitely, and I'm looking forward to it. And Ace, yep, making bacon. Wow, AK Dog Mom actually lives I don't know, maybe 45 minutes from where my parents live and my brother lives, and they're she's saying up to 8 inches of snow tonight at that location. Uh, that's cool. When I was there over Christmas time, that's also I took a break from doing lives and stuff over Christmas time because I was at my brother's house for 3 weeks, and the most we got was a dusting, maybe an inch of snow, but it melted by the end of the next day. So everybody's saying they like bacon and pigs and things like that. All right, John in Alaska says he's up on the hill here. He just moved up there this last summer, and he said he's getting a windmill to set up there. So that'll come in handy for the days that the sun's not out. James, don't worry. I'll still get time to play. I'll get time to play. I'll try not to be too much of a dull boy. And Troy Sutton, definitely a lot of good people here. Yeah, Ace, windmill charges batteries when the sun's not out. Okay, Connie Lip, thanks for joining. Have a good night. Hey, Curtis Ruby, how are you tonight? If I didn't say anything to you earlier. Let's see here. Yeah, so that's my story with the computer. And unfortunately, this laptop is too old of a computer. I can't edit on it. It's just way too slow and underpowered. So I can't put out any videos until I get my regular computer back. And then beforehand, I was putting up a lot of videos. I was putting up a video like every week or trying to every week or twice a week. And a lot of that was just to put up videos. I'm taking a little bit step back and trying to be more deliberate on my videos, a little bit more high quality. Try to get them a little bit polished. I've been talking with a few different people about my videos. They've given me a lot of good advice on them. So I'm going to try to put up a little bit better videos. So I got some ideas. The one, I'm going to go ptarmigan hunting and make a video out of that. And that's probably going to be one of the first ones I put up. And then I got a few other videos, few other ideas for videos coming up. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing and follow my journey. Oh, High Life on the Highlines asking, what kind of work do I do full time? I do computer work, and I'm currently working for a company down in the lower 48, and I work East Coast hours at the moment. So I get up at 4 a.m. my time and start work. So I get up a few minutes before 4, take about one step, sit down in this chair, and start work. I'm skipping over a few of these and reading them. Tony from our cabin in the woods goes at James Hall. Yes, I do, but they only have one bad day, and that is the last day, meaning butcher day. Definitely. Treat your animals very well. Give them the easiest life you can, and then they'll only have one bad day in their life. Thanks, Matt 1791. Yeah, I already talked with my neighbor up at my remote cabin, and we're definitely going to go out. I'm going to try to go out here in the next, within the next 2 weeks, and do some ptarmigan hunting. So I'm definitely looking forward to it. I got the whole video already planned out. That is, if I see ptarmigan, and I think I got a backup plan even if I don't see ptarmigan. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I get a lot of ptarmigan. I was reading the hunting regs, and where I'm going to go hunting, where my cabin is, you're allowed 10 ptarmigan per day with a max of 20 or 30 in your possession. So I'm hoping we can go out and each get 10 ptarmigan. That would be awesome. Yeah, where was that comment? And that's good, Matt, that you know actually have to spell ptarmigan. Most people don't. Yeah, Billy Sutton, very short commute. I'm touching my bed right there. That's how close I am. John in Alaska is asking what I'm going to use on the ptarmigan. I'm thinking a little bit of butter and salt and pepper, but I don't think that's the answer to the question you're asking. I got a 22 I'm going to use. Yeah, dimensional horse. It sounds like it's a lot, but unfortunately, ptarmigan are really small birds, and both breasts are only about that big. So you don't get very much meat off of them. But they're really good to eat. Yeah, Matt AK says he spells ptarmigan chicken. Let's see here. Yeah, dimensional horse. I could smoke them, but I don't have a smoker at the moment, unfortunately. So. And then John AK. Yeah, I looked at I was looking at 410s, but I think I'm going to hold off. I do want to get a 410 sometime just to have, but right now 410 shells are about $1 each, and I got a lot of 22s that I bought years ago. So I think I'm going to get a nice short little 22 to take out with me. Dusty Bottom Boys. You could throw a half dozen of them on one of those gas station hot dog roller cookers. Yeah, you could. They're small enough. It doesn't take very much to. They don't take up very much room when you're cooking them. That's for sure. And then want to throw it out. We do have a YouTube meetup coming up on July 13th. For any of the anyone that's going to be in Alaska this summer, please let me know if you want to come to it. It's right here in the valley, about an hour north of Anchorage. It is the north side of Willow, and it's just going to be the one day, Saturday, July 13th. So if you're interested, going to be in Alaska, or if you are in Alaska, let me know, and would love to get with you guys and spend a day hanging out and talking. Matt AK says he'll be there at the meetup as long as Alaska Airlines doesn't lose any more door plugs. Yeah, thankfully no one was seriously injured with that, so that's a miracle. Matt's 1791 garage. Woo! YouTube meetup in summer. You think those folks are funny in a chat? Just wait. Yep. And John in Alaska says for cooking ptarmigan, sauteed in garlic red wine sauce. That does sound good. Yeah, Billy Sutton. I do plan on making a video of it. I don't know how much of a video, but I do plan on doing some kind of video of the meetup. So, let's see here. I think that's all I got. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this summer. I got a lot on my plate. Hopefully it's a nice summer out, unlike last summer. Last summer it was cold and rainy, like every single day. We'd have 2 weeks of cold and rainy, then like 1 or 2 nice days, then another week of cold and rainy, and it was just miserable, very unmotivating to get anything done. So hopefully this summer we have a nice, warm, sunny summer that makes you want to get up out of bed and get stuff done. I got to get my big dirt pile spread out around. The backside of my property kind of goes like this, and I want to flatten it out. Spread out around. The backside of my property kind of goes like this, and I want to flatten it out. So that's why I have all that dirt piled up there from last summer and 2 summers ago. Hey, Ashley Anderson, how are you? Thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, everyone. Let's see here. Matt 1791 garage. That would be a good idea. He says for the summer meetup, everyone take their own videos and just convince someone to edit all the clips together. That would be cool, and then everyone could post it on their own sites. But coordinating that would be a lot, I think. Yeah, Billy Sutton, that's true. He said, who wants to spend the time filming while you're seeing friends? Kind of takes away from seeing everybody at the meetup. And also, since it's myself and Crystal from Flat Tire Farm, Homesteading, Alaska, who are putting it on. So we got a lot of things we got to be doing while the meetup is actually going on. Also, we're going to have we're planning 2 meals, probably an early one around 11 o'clock, and then a later one around maybe 4 o'clock. And we're going to be doing giveaways and stuff like that also. We already got some good giveaways lined up. So definitely, if you're in their area or have always wanted to come up to Alaska, now's the time. Come up and hang out for a day. Hey, there's Brian from the Vineyard Farmhouse. How are you tonight? Billy Sutton wants to know, John, you going to skate on that pond when it freezes? And Dimensional Horse says to John in Alaska, that'll be a good video. Yeah, I want to see that one, John. I want to see that one. Sounds like Matt, your Matt 1791 Garage is volunteering to be the editing guy for all these videos of the meetup. Yeah, I've been thinking about my mind just went blank. I need to get a brooder built here in the next about 2 months so I can get the baby chicks up here. And then that way they'll be old enough to survive the coming winter. And I did a lot of little things off camera last weekend. I finally got my, I bought one of those garage utility sinks to temporarily use as my kitchen sink. I got that hooked into the drain. No water going to it yet, but at least I have a sink that I can use to wash dishes and stuff in. I got my shower curtain up on my shower finally. I got a little shelf put up in the bathroom to put stuff on, and I got the mirror hung in the bathroom. Excuse me. And the shower curtain rod, I actually bought one and wasn't even paying attention to the minimum length, and the minimum length was 4 inches longer than the width of the shower. So I had to run down to the store and buy another one that was shorter so I could put that up. But it's coming together slowly but surely. It's one of those things, never move into a place you're building until it's 100% done, because it seems like you'll never get it done if you do that. And I got this to where it's warm, I'm out of the elements, it's comfortable. So the construction has really slowed down. And I definitely don't like that, but I couldn't be in that camper throughout the whole winter. I was in it just in the September of 2022 while I was actually building this cabin here. And I was going through a 5-pound propane bottle almost every day. And I had the heater going on, basically on high. And I had one of those little portable heaters also going in there all night long. And I was barely keeping it above freezing inside. My water lines froze. My neighbor had to bring over one of those bullet heaters, and we piled foam board and trash bags and old boxes and everything, skirted the whole camper, and then used the bullet heater to heat the underside of the camper for about a week until I could get to the point where I could blow out the water lines and everything. So it was the moment I could get out of the camper and move in here, I did. And it was nice. I waited until actually the next summer to clean the camper from when I moved out and everything like that. Drew's Lens is saying water lines are not fun. No, they're not. Especially in a camper where you can't get to them. They're not fun when they freeze, because I was worried that I was definitely worried that I was going to have water coming out of the bottom of the camper this summer when I put water back into it. But luckily, from what I can tell, no water lines were broken or anything like that. And thankfully, that's thanks to PEX tubing. So I think I skirted a disaster there. Matt AK says, no, I have, is asking, have you sold the camper yet? No, I haven't sold the camper yet. I actually pulled it down off Marketplace couple months ago, and I'm going to relist it here probably in March, maybe April. Probably in April, I'll relist it and see if I can't sell it then. And John in Alaska is replying back to he'll have to look into if it's possible to stock his pond or not. Brian from the Vineyard Farmhouse is saying, "You're everywhere, Drew." Oh yeah, I got a lot of new merch coming. I've been working on things. Unfortunately, it kind of came to a screeching halt when my computer died. But as soon as I get my computer back, I'm gonna get back working on it. I'm gonna have a merch store on my YouTube channel coming up here with my new logos, and the logo right up here in the corner of this channel is one of I don't know, 5 or 6 different logos, very similar, but all with like a different animal. And then I'm also going to have all my Digging Alaska logos on there also. So if you're interested in any merch, definitely stick around, and I'll have all kinds of stuff: glassware, hats, clothing, different things like that. I'm not even sure what all is on there that I can put my logos on for merchandise. So yeah, dimensional horse. Yeah, unfortunately, campers don't. It just they don't make campers for season in Alaska. It just gets way too cold. I think they could if they wanted to do like a in-floor radiant heating type system and beef up the insulation in like under the floor and stuff. But no one actually designs for 4-season Alaska weather type campers. And it's hard to keep things from freezing. Even when I came back from Alaska or came back from Pennsylvania over the Christmas break, my drain in my shower had frozen solid. Thankfully, it didn't break, but it did freeze. And that was because I have the underside skirted about as good as you can get it skirted, and it still dropped to 27 degrees down under the cabin. And unfortunately, I don't have any heat down there yet, but I think I'm just going to get through this winter, and then next summer I'll end up putting some kind of heat down there. I haven't totally decided what yet. And also, I think I'm going to cut 2 holes in my floor so I can suck air out of the cabin down underneath and then have it come back up into the cabin. Hey, Chris Schultz. How are you tonight? There's been a lot of new people in here that I haven't really seen before. So thank you guys for joining. It's very much appreciated. And for all my regulars who are here also, thank you very much for spending an hour with me tonight. Yep. Matt AK says, about the most hardy travel trailers are from Arctic Fox, and even those would be tough at below 0 temps. That is very much true. And it's not that they can't survive like a night in that weather. Just up here, you could have 3-4 weeks straight of that weather. And like here at this property, it's not uncommon for this area to go like 2 weeks with the high temperature in the negative teens, and the lows can easily get into the 20s and negative 30s. So at that temperature, it's virtually impossible to keep anything that's not directly heated from freezing. Brian at the Vineyard Farmhouse says, I'll take a drill press with your sticker on it. That can be arranged if you buy the drill press. I'm looking at getting some stickers made up. And High Life on the High Line says, I have an Eagle Camp, an Eagle Cap truck camper, but we haven't tested it in the extreme temperatures, so don't want to tempt fate, huh? Yeah, Dimensional Horror says, I guess many moons ago, people kept a fire going at all times. I didn't even turn down my heater in the cabin. I left the heater on at 64 degrees the whole time I was gone, and my drain still froze. So that just shows how cold that temperatures can get here. That the trap in the my shower froze. And a lot of it is because there was no warm water ever going down through it, so it just slowly cooled down over those 3 weeks and finally froze. Hey, Heartland with Dink and Tank is here. How are you guys? Thanks for joining. Let's see here. Outside right now is 0.9 degrees. Right here where I'm at is 74.3. And underneath the cabin where it's insulated and everything is 25.9 degrees under the cabin. So 0 degrees outside, but it's still at 25 degrees under the cabin. And as long as I use the shower a few times a week, it'll keep the trap from freezing. And Ace is saying, thank you for being present, viable, and informative. And from beautiful Alaska, Bill. Well, thank you very much, Ace. And I can't wait to get my regular computer back so I can get it set up so I can show pictures of the outside and different things like that while we're live. And our Alaska, thank you for hosting this every week. I truly enjoy it and usually learn something new. Always a good laugh to be had too. Well, thank you, our Alaska. Thank you for joining. And James Hall is saying, still not seeing comments from Dink and Tank. Don't know why that would be. They've only posted once in here. So, Dink and Tank, if you're still here, chat a little bit and tag James Hall in it. And AK Dog Mom's saying, at our Alaska, well said. But thank you for backing them up on that. James Hall. And I know your names aren't Dink and Tank, but I'm totally drawing a blank on your real names. There, James Hall, do you see them? They just tagged you on the last comment. David and Tamara, thank you. David and Tamara. I know a lot of channels will always use people's first names instead of their channel name. I kind of prefer using the channel name because it throws it out there a little bit. And if I say, yeah, David said this or Tamara said that, no one knows what channel that is. So if there's someone new that never heard of your channel, they won't know what channel to maybe go and check out. So I like to always try to use the channel names as much as possible. So forgive me if I forget your names again. Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank, David and Tamara. James Hall, I don't know. Go up to the top and change it from top chat to, what is it? Top chat to live chat. Live chat shows all the messages. Okay. Okay, Heartland with Dink and Tank. Dink is David, and he also has his own channel, aka A Country Boy and His Paint Buffer. So definitely check out both those channels if you haven't. And check out all these channels. I would say probably half to 3/4 of these channels in here actually have videos and things like that. So definitely consider checking them out if you haven't already. Yeah, Matt AK says, I just put my name in the channel name, makes it easier. And Dimensional Horse says they see David and Tamara. Country Boy and His Paint Buffer just signed in. Well, thank you for checking in. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. The only thing I can think of why James wouldn't be able to see you guys is if for some reason somehow he either got blocked from your channel or he blocked your channel. I don't know. And they're going back and forth. Yeah, James, I don't know what's going on there. It's weird that you can't see him. Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of is why you guys can't see each other is somehow, and I'm sure accidentally, because I don't know why you would do it any other way, is somehow the time. And it wouldn't surprise me one bit if found out where your block channels list is and there's a bunch in there that you've never done. And A says, no need to check out her channel. She doesn't have any videos and wouldn't know how. Well, that's okay, Ace. I'm still thankful that you like my channel and like to spend an hour with me on Thursdays. So thank you very much for that. Yeah, James Hall and Heartland with Dink and Tank, Heartland HQ, are both saying wouldn't even know where to check for that type of stuff, and I wouldn't either. I probably should figure it out. It's probably somewhere, but I guess Google is your friend in this case, especially since Google owns YouTube. I'm sure we'd be able to figure it out that way. Hey, let's see here. DJ's family and friends, travels, and more. My YouTube channel is going to go through a whole bunch of new changes this weekend. Hopefully, all for the best, DJ. you want to let us know some of the changes? What's going on? Because I'm revamping my whole channel up until up through December 31st of last year. This channel was what it says right here. I'm sure you can't read it, and it's probably backwards and stuff. My channel name was Alaska's Last Frontier Homestead. So I decided to change it, and I had been thinking about it for almost a year before I actually changed it. Various reasons why I changed it. One, in YouTube world, shorter channel names just seem to do better or more rememberable, that type of thing. Two, everyone got me confused with the TV show. Another issue, no one understood what Last Frontier was all about, which Last Frontier is Alaska's like state nickname. It's the last frontier on Earth. And then there were a few other minor, like the people who could remember it seemed to always mess up saying it. Like they'd Alaska's last homestead, last farm, last frontier. Like everybody was messing up saying it. So that's another reason why I wanted to change it and shorten it up. So it's probably 6 months or better, seriously thinking about it, to researching all kinds of different names. I didn't want another name that was as very similar to someone else's name, stuff like that. I did want Alaska in the name, and then I settled on My Alaska. There's only one other channel. He only puts out a video about once every 4 to 6 months. So, and his channel is This Is My Alaska. So I decided to change it to just My Alaska and change the focus a little bit. Having Homestead in the name kind of implies that it's going to be here on the homestead. And I want to do more like hunting, more Alaska sightseeing, Alaska adventure stuff, all that type of stuff. So removing the homestead out kind of allows me to do that, and I can still do the homestead stuff in the on the channel in the videos. And DJ's family and friends, travels and more says, yeah, I'm going to go through a new name change, and I'm going to be changing my content. That'll be, I hope it works out for you. It should. Change is a scary thing, but rarely is it ever a bad thing. It may seem like a bad thing temporarily, but in the long run, it usually works out. Okay, Tony from our cabin in the woods, he's going to go and edit some videos. Thank you for joining. And Dimensional Horse says shorter names are just easier. Yeah. And DJ's family and friends, travels and more is saying the same thing. He's changing the name to make it shorter, easier for people to remember. And Matt's 1791 Garage, having a YouTube presence is definitely a learning curve. Yes, it is. I was like a lot of channels. I thought, yeah, just set up a camera and throw some video up, and before long, I'll be making $1 million a year. It doesn't quite work that way. You actually have to make good content and make good videos that people actually want to watch to get the subscribers and stuff like that. So. And Ace says, I find their Thinking Tanks replies to most comments not all comments. Missing 2, incognito, and I do read a lot of the comments. And Tony in our cabin in the woods on his way out is saying, everyone hit the thumbs up button, please. And thank you very much for Tony. And our country boy in his paint buff says, good night, Bill, and everyone else. Gonna hop off here and decompress a bit more from the workday before I have to research my eyelids and do it all over again. Stay safe and be blessed, y'all. Country boy out. Well, thank you for joining and have a good night. And Matt 1791 Garage is saying there's no one right formula for success on YouTube. That is very true. There's exceptions to every rule. There's some channels where people just set up a camera and let it go, and they have 500,000 subscribers, and all their videos get hundreds of thousands of views within a few days. There's other ones that are like professional Hollywood productions that get almost no views. So there's no real right way. Just there are some general guidelines though, and like best practices and stuff like that. But no matter what, nothing is guaranteed to work for sure. Yeah, Matt AK. From what I've seen, it takes good presence on camera, years of patience, and a bit of luck. That is true. And Dimensional Horse says it's all about what people are like and are interested in. Definitely. Definitely. It's a unique skill to learn. I've always liked video and stuff, but I never went to school. I never had a job actually doing video or anything like that. So I'm learning as I go. And since I have a full-time job, I haven't, sorry here. Getting signed into my account here. I like to have my, I have a little personal account also. So I like to get signed in. It gives me another view also. A little bit added watch time. And oh, that reminds me, since I'm not posting any videos for several weeks here, if you guys could do me a little favor, go back and binge watch some of my older stuff to keep my watch hours up. I'm still over 5,000 watch hours over the last 365 days, but going what possibly could be a month without posting a video, doing these lives, it could easily drop. So I need 4,000 to stay monetized. I don't think I'll be unmonetized if I just happen to drop below the 4,000 for like a day or two, but I don't want to get close enough to worry about it. But so if you are so inclined, please watch enough to worry about it. But so if you are so inclined, please watch some of my older stuff and get me some of those watch hours. Thanks, everyone. Billy Sutton. Excuse me. Billy Sutton says there's a wide variety of YouTube channels that he likes, but he only interacts with several homesteaders and off-gridders. Well, thank you for interacting with my channel. And Matt's 1791 garage is exactly correct. The critical part of a YouTube channel is finding and researching the audience and building critical mass where it's growing on its own by word of mouth or by sharing. And DJ's family and friends, that's the way to do it. Learn as you go. I'm still learning as I go, even though I've been on YouTube for almost 2 years in September. And Matt 1791 Garage, thank you very much. He says going back and watching your videos on the Homestead build is fun. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ace. Says I will. And DJ Tenaru, how are you? Thanks for joining. And Dimensional Horse, have a good night. Thanks for joining, and thanks for spending your approximately an hour with me tonight. It's definitely appreciated. And Billy Sutton says, will do, Bill. I'm fairly new subscriber, so I've been checking out your older videos already. Well, thank you very much. And Matty K says he might start taking, what is it? Taking his channel more seriously once he moves back up to Alaska. For now, he's basically just posting a few videos now and then when he feels like it. Good night, Heartland with Think and Tank. Have a good night. And DJ Tenaru, good time to find you. Well, thank you. Yeah, there's so much to YouTube and what makes a good video, what doesn't. And I've been reading this book right here. And of course, it's backwards, but it's a YouTube formula by Daryl Eves. Definitely a good book for anyone out there that's interested in getting better at their channel and better at making videos and stuff. Definitely pick it up. There is a link in my description for the book from Amazon. It's $20 or something like that, so it won't break the bank to buy it. Hey, Tall Stacker, how are you? Thanks for joining. And our Alaska is taking off, so thank you very much, and thank you for joining tonight. Yeah, Matt 1791 Garage, you definitely got a point. You got to be yourself. Unless you're a professional actor, people are going to see through your being phony. So you got to be yourself on camera. No, you can tweak it a little bit here and there. Like in real life, I got a little bit of a potty mouth. I cuss a good bit, but I don't on camera, so I do clean that part up. And it's just there's a lot of kids that watch my channel also, so just want to set an example. You don't have to cuss and swear, even though things might not be going right. Everyone's saying good night to various people. Ashley's taken off also. Thank you, Ashley, for joining in. And we still got 17 people here and 30 thumbs up, and we're just a few seconds from 1 hour. And it just flipped to 1 hour. And I think I'll stay on here for a little while longer. Maybe another 10 or 20 minutes. I don't know. Yeah. Matt AK and Billy Sutton both saying the same thing. Definitely got the potty mouth. Matt 1791 Grot says he edits out the working words. Yep. Yep, I hear you on that. Yep. And Ace is the same way, she says. Lots of bad words, unfortunately. But at least I try to control it and don't show it. Words, unfortunately. But at least I try to control it and don't show it in my videos. And really, like, when you're making this type of videos, it doesn't add anything to be cussing in the video and stuff. So why put it in there? And worst case scenario, it's going to turn some people off. So why someone that cusses a lot's not going to not watch a channel because they don't cuss. But someone who doesn't like cussing will not watch a channel because the person is cussing a lot. So there's no reason to be cussing a lot in the videos. So, and also YouTube now has a new thing. You gotta as you're uploading your video, one of the checks is, does it have any graphical violence? Does it have this in it? Does it have that in it? And one of the questions is, does it have extreme language or foul language or inappropriate language or something like that? I forget exactly what it says. But so if you check any of those boxes, then YouTube will only push it out to certain people, won't push it out to anyone and everyone. So it's best just not to put any of that in your videos, and then YouTube will push it out to everyone. Hey, My Wild Home is here, and Charlene Grady. Thank you guys for joining. We've been here for a little 1 hour and 3 minutes. It just flipped as I was looking up at it. Let's see here. Anything else going on? Oh, I did something just before this live for the first time in this cabin. I actually cooked a meal inside the cabin, not on the grill. And now that I got a sink, I was able to wash up my dishes. They were all dirty and everything. And I got my stove hooked up to propane, so I was able to do that. And I cooked up, my neighbor gave me some hot moose sausage. So I cooked up a little bit of that and scrambled a couple eggs in with it and cooked it up for dinner tonight. So that's the first meal I've ever cooked inside the cabin. I'm moving up in the world. My Wild Home says, like the name. Well, thank you very much. As I said earlier, merch will be coming out. By no means do I expect people to buy it, but if you are so inclined, feel free. It's appreciated. And also, I do have a Amazon affiliate link. If anyone wants to, all you have to do is click on it. It's in all my descriptions. Just click on the link. It brings up Amazon, and then you can just buy whatever, and I get a very small percentage of your purchase, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. And I don't know what you purchased, so. Yeah, My Wild Home says, we don't have an inside sink. That would be a luxury for sure. Yeah, I just got mine hooked up. And when I say hooked up, I mean it's sitting there and the drain is hooked into the drain. There's no actual running water in this cabin yet, so I don't have hot and cold water flowing to the cabin, so I have to get out a pot, boil some water to have hot water. But I'm able to finally wash up some dishes. Some of my knives from cutting bread and things like that were pretty dirty, and I had a spatula that was really dirty. So a couple things like that I finally was able to get washed up. Thank you, Charlene Grady says things are looking up. Good for you. Billy Sutton, yes, it did taste good. It was it felt odd actually cooking in the cabin on the stove, because up until now the only thing I cooked on that stove was hot water to take a shower, because I don't have running water in the shower either. So I got to boil water and put it in a 5-gallon bucket. Then I have this battery operated shower nozzle that I put the little pump down in the water, and then I can turn it on and off and use it in the shower. So up until now, the only thing I cooked on the stove was hot water. No, Matt AK, I am not using a pump of any kind. I don't have anything yet. Right now, basically, I put some water in the sink, dump some of the hot water in, so it's on the warm/hot side. I wash the dishes, and then I have my container of water that I get from either my well or the local gas station. And then to rinse off the dishes, I just got to hold that up and rinse off the dishes into the sink. And then I set the dishes aside before I dry them. Yeah, I'd like to get some type of little RV pump or something like that eventually, but I don't know. The water lines are in the ground. There's just no water flowing to them because I don't have the infrastructure inside the cabin set up yet with like the pressure tank and the manifolds and that type of stuff. So the water lines are also run from the utility closet over to like the kitchen sink and the bathroom and stuff like that. But the water line coming in just sticks out of the floor, and then I need everything between. So eventually I'll get that done and hooked up, and the water line is in the ground going over to the well and hooked into the well, but the well pump is not hooked into that yet either. It still is over the top, as they say. So I can get water from my well if I wanted it, but it's just easier to go to the local gas station. Otherwise, I have to plow down to the well and stuff like that. He says you definitely work at all you do. At all you do, have it's impressive. Bill, you rock. Thank you, Ace. Yeah, James Hall, a metal pump sprayer works well too. Yeah, I could do something like that. The shower's working out pretty good. I put 3 to 4 gallons of water in the bucket, and I usually have an inch or two of water left over when I'm done with the shower. So, unfortunately, it's just one of those things where you get wet, then you set the shower nozzle down in the buckets so I'm not losing water. Then I got to like lather up. Then I got to get the nozzle out and rinse off. So it's kind of like shutting the water off every step of the way. It's kind of pain in the butt, but it is what it is. Matt AK says he just got a new land sale notice from the state of Alaska. Too bad it's up in Fairbanks. Hey, if you moved up to Fairbanks, you could be with Josh from Southern Roots Alaska Branches area. And there's several other YouTubers also up in Alaska, up in Fairbanks, I mean. Yeah, John in Alaska says he has a 4-gallon stock pot on the wood stove that he keeps filling with snow for dishes and washing like his face and hands and stuff. Yeah, I got probably a 3-gallon, maybe a 4-gallon stock pot somewhere. I can't find it though. I've looked for it a couple times, but not real hard. So I gotta look for it again. It's in my Connex somewhere in one of the containers. So I think I'm just gonna have to start pulling everything out until I find it. Matt AK says Josh is braver than he is. He wouldn't live in Fairbanks again and can absolutely help it. And John in Alaska says Matt AK, don't forget his place. Real life Alaska is saying Matt AK, what areas are you looking in? And Matt AK says basically the valley, Willow in the valley. That's where all his friends are. Wow, we got 17 people in here and 35 thumbs up. So that's yeah, James Hall says at least with the pump sprayer, if you have a shower head that shuts off, you don't lose pressure or water. Yeah, I don't, with my little system I have, I don't actually shut it off ever. I just stick the nozzle back down in the 5-gallon bucket and it just circulates the water in the 5-gallon bucket. Then when I need to get rinsed off or anything, and I just pull it back up out of the bucket and get rinsed off. Matt AK says he still knows a few people in Fairbanks, but doesn't want to live there anymore. Well, everyone, it's pushing an hour and 15 minutes. I think I'm going to call it a night. I've been on here for a while now. Well, an hour and 15 minutes, obviously. So I want to thank everyone for joining tonight. It's definitely heartwarming that you guys wanted to spend time with me on your evening. And as I said, don't get discouraged. It'll be a couple few more weeks before I get any videos uploaded, but they will be coming. I just had unforeseen computer issues and had to send my computer back to HP. So thanks everyone for joining, and everyone have a good night.